yo, Healing with Sam, episode 3. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. So today is the part of the story where I get to that point of realizing I could probably just actually heal myself. Why not? So we'll discuss a little bit of that, and then we'll also go a few months down the line from there into this experience I had in Portugal. Maybe there was some angels involved. Sort of big milestone experience, I would say, on this journey that was really quite, profound, cool story. So we'll share that. Now I need like one of those little little intros, little intro videos. Healing with Sam. If anyone can make me one of those little 3-4 second clip, Healing with Sam, let me know. So yeah, we're about 4 years back in the summer, I think, of 2021. And I've reached a point after many years of being firmly rooted in this mindset of like, I'm going to live to 30, I'm going to live to 40, I'm going to live to 50, I'm going to live to 100. Very positive, very joyful, beautiful time in my life. Exuberant, very alive, everything going up. And then I reached this point, and it's sort of based on just my experience within myself, my understanding of the mind and the power of belief, and then also just the kind of information that I'm taking in, the content that I'm consuming online, in the books I'm reading, podcasts I'm watching, different videos, and you start seeing different people like Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, all these different types of people talking about the innate power within us to heal from anything. And then of course you also see these crazy stories of people who are on their deathbed, have these near-death experiences, go out of body, have a wild thing where they realize what was at the root of whatever disease is killing them, and then as if by a miracle, come back to life, come back to health. So it was just like, I could probably heal. Why not? Why not me? Why couldn't I be a miracle? I feel like I could be a miracle. And so I think I started doing some of the sort of visualization meditations that Joe Dispenza would be talking about in his videos. And so I would sit and meditate and visualize healing for myself. And I would get into these crazy states of just crazy energy flowing through my body and just filled with this, and come to this place of just like that being so true to me, the possibility of that and the knowing of that, and just like, wow, yes, my body just telling me like, yes, I can heal, you know. And obviously at this point I'm sort of very far away from mainstream culture, very far away from the common sort of conceptions of what is possible and even just what life is, you know. And so it's not a big step for me to jump to that belief of I could just heal myself. You know, I've had a lot of crazy experiences at this point over these last few years of using the power of the mind and really seeing the reality of the influence you can have over internal and external happenings. So yeah, it's not a big jump at this point for me to come to a place of like, yeah, I could heal. And so I start doing these meditations more and more, and I'm really just building that within myself and having these experiences frequently of just being flooded with this energy that's just setting me alight with the knowing of just like, yeah, like I'm healing. And at the time there was this new drug that had come out for cystic fibrosis. It was the first drug that really addresses the root cause of the disease in the body. So something to do with some sort of valve somewhere in the body that is either too big or too small, which is then causing this excessive mucus. And I'd actually taken part in the trial for it. Must have been a couple months earlier, and I came out in this crazy rash head to toe, and so had to stop doing it. And then it was around this time I started believing I could just heal myself, that the drug became available. And you know, this drug was improving people's lung function by 20%. I think just in the 1 week where I was taking it in that trial, yeah, my lung function went from like, I don't know, I think it was around 20% in 1 week. But it became available at a time where I was thinking, I can heal myself. So I was like, I don't need no drugs. And that was the start of a 4-year period up until just recently now, actually, where I've really sort of neglected taking my meds. But we'll probably save that story for another video, I think. So yeah, I don't need no drugs. I'm going to heal myself. And this was a mindset that, on reflection today, was probably a little bit silly, a little bit foolish. But it was part of the journey. And so then we get to August 2021 and I'm going traveling. I'm driving around France and Spain for a couple months. And as I'm driving through Spain, I end up right down the south of Spain, just on the border of Portugal. And I thought, oh, I'll go and pop over and see my friends in Portugal. So I go and visit, and they just have the most beautiful house and the most beautiful bit of land. They do different retreats and ceremonies and all sorts there. Beautiful people, beautiful land, beautiful energy to the place. as soon as you go there, it's just... They happened to be doing an ayahuasca retreat there that weekend, so there was a few different people there come for the retreat, and I just come through just to stay for a few days, just to hang out. And so then one evening, the first night I think that they're going into ceremony, they go down to the roundhouse and I'm just sitting up on the veranda outside the house. I've had my dinner, I'm chilling, it's about 8 o'clock, it's just gone dark, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to sit, meditate for a bit and then go to bed. And so I sit down to meditate and try and get into that whole visualization of healing. And just within 2 minutes, before I'd even really started visualizing anything, I was just kind of sat there, just getting into the space. And I'm sat there with my eyes closed. Out of nowhere, just this flash of white light from behind my closed eyes. And I literally just went, just with this white light, just went, gasped like this, and just like, tears start streaming down my eyes, and I'm just like, and I'm just flooded with the knowing, and I mean the knowing that I've healed myself. Like, and not as in necessarily in that moment I've healed, but you know, I am healing myself. I have healed myself in a different timeline. Like, I have healed. And so I'm just there, like, tears out of nowhere, just tears streaming, whole body on fire, like, for a few minutes, and then I'm just like, okay, come back down, and then I need the toilet. So it's like I went and sat in the toilet. I'm just there, like, and I just started thinking. I was like, oh, that's what I've come to do in this life, is to have this disease and to heal from it. And then just tears, just with the knowing of like, yes, that is what I've come to do in this life, is to heal from this disease. And I don't know, like, you know, that just happens, and I'm just like, okay, I guess maybe what I came to do in this life is heal from this disease. But you know, you have these experiences and they're so profound, so real, and in those moments, you know, it's so real. It's the knowing. The knowing is so concrete. It's like there's absolutely no doubt. You were just... And then, of course, the weeks and months go by and your memory of the experience starts to fade, and you're just like, really? Did that happen? Like, really? It's like, you know, the doubts creep in and whatever else. But that was a big moment on the journey. And Aguas Rindas said to me the next day, I was describing to them in the morning what had happened. And he was saying, like, so he was running the ceremony. And he said, yes, I called the angels in last night. And I don't know, maybe there was an angel involved in this bright white light, and I don't know, who knows what's what these days. It's a crazy world, I can tell you that. 4 years on from that point, I've experienced a lot of, what exists in this, whatever this is. And so who knows, but all I know is that experience just spontaneously occurred, and the knowing that flooded my whole system, and just, you know, just out of nowhere, just white light, tears streaming, like what is that? Like, you know, it's not nothing. I knew that. I was like, that is not nothing. That does not mean nothing. Like something, there is something to that. And if I try and reflect back on that now, like, you know, I don't know. I still don't know. But all I know is I am healing, and it's probably likely that that is what I've come to do in this life. And I think it's probably likely that is what I'm doing, and that is what I'm going to do. Yeah, and obviously this is the point where that whole journey really started opening up. So yeah, make of that what you will. But super powerful, profound experience, you know, and those things stay with you. Even as the memory fades, like, you hold on to that. I've had some other crazy experiences that you hold on to. Maybe I share some more of that in other videos, but yeah, we'll leave it there for that one. I think next episode, so this must have only been a couple of weeks later, or maybe even a week later, I'd gone back to France and ended up having an appointment with an Ayurvedic doctor. And that was a crazy experience as well, and that was another, probably even more crucial kind of moment in this journey. So we'll touch into that one next time. Thanks for coming along for the ride. We're just getting started. We got 4 years to catch you up on to get to where we are today. Yeah, that was mad. Who knows? I see you on the next one. Have a wicked one. Oh yeah,
like and subscribe. I'm one of those YouTube guys now. Like and subscribe. Apparently it helps, they say. So yeah, do it.